In the shadows of American prisons, a secret martial art was born. 52 blocks, also known as Jailhouse Rock. A system built on survival, deception, and skill, it has long remained hidden from the mainstream. But is it truly a homegrown American style, or does its DNA trace back to the rich traditions of African boxing? The story of 52 blocks is one of resilience, adaptation, and an unbroken lineage of combat, stretching from the slave ships to the street. This is part 2 of the 52 blocks history and facts. For part 1, check out the link in the description. Now, let's dive in. African boxing, the warrior's legacy. To understand 52 blocks, we must first look at Africa, where combat has always been more than sport. It was a way of life. Martial traditions like Dambe in West Africa and Engolo from Angola emphasize striking, evasion, and footwork. These styles were brought to the Americas through the transatlantic slave trade, where enslaved Africans were forced to fight for entertainment and survival. Unlike modern Western boxing, these African styles focused on fluid movement, deceptive defense, and rapid counters, elements that would later define 52 blocks. Fighting in the New World, survival in a hostile land. Slavery stripped African warriors of their weapons but not their knowledge. Forced into brutal fights on plantations and in underground arenas, enslaved men refined their techniques. In urban centers like New York, Baltimore, and New Orleans, black communities preserved their combat styles through informal duels and street fights. These traditions evolved, blending with early forms of American boxing, giving rise to unique and highly effective self-defense systems. The birth of Jailhouse Rock, a prisoner's art. By the 20th century, America's prison system had become a battleground. Inside overcrowded cells, survival depended on a fighter's ability to read an opponent, control space, and strike with precision. Here, 52 blocks, or Jailhouse Rock, began to take shape. Unlike traditional boxing, this system relied heavily on blocking, parrying, and counter-striking. Elbows, forearms, and quick hand movements created an impenetrable defense while setting up devastating counterattacks. The name 52 blocks is believed to reference a deck of playing cards, symbolizing the unpredictability of a fight. Others suggest it represents the 52 hand positions used in battle. Whatever the origin, the style was passed down through prison hierarchies, taught in secret, and refined through real combat. The key elements of 52 blocks. Unlike mainstream boxing, 52 blocks incorporates unique defensive strategies, including rolling blocks, circular hand movements that deflect punches. The skull and crossbones, a defensive position where the arms cross over the face. The shoulder roll, a movement that absorbs and redirects force, later popularized in boxing by Floyd Mayweather. Trapping and countering, using the opponent's momentum against them with quick, deceptive strikes. These techniques make 52 blocks highly adaptable for close-quarters combat, particularly in confined spaces like prison cells or alleyways. 52 blocks versus traditional boxing, a clash of styles. Traditional Western boxing emphasizes structured footwork, combinations, and knockouts. It follows a strict set of rules honed for the ring. 52 blocks, however, is pure survival. There are no weight classes, no referees, and no gloves, only raw instinct and technique. Where boxing prioritizes offense, 52 blocks leans into defense. A practitioner reads an opponent's rhythm, waiting for the perfect moment to strike. Many of its principles mirror those found in African fighting systems, particularly the use of misdirection, feints, and unpredictable movement. The underground rise, street fighters, and legends. For decades, 52 blocks remained a hidden art, practiced in prisons and ghettos but rarely spoken about outside those walls. Legends like James Country Thompson and Umar Lawrence became known for their mastery of the style, influencing street fighters and martial artists alike. As hip-hop culture grew, elements of 52 blocks surfaced in rap battles, dance, and even gang conflicts. Artists like the Wu-Tang Clan and Mobb Deep referenced its techniques, keeping its mystique alive in urban storytelling. Modern revival. From prisons to the MMA cage. In recent years, 52 blocks has stepped out of the shadows. Fighters like Light Burley and martial arts historians have worked to document and teach the system. Some elements have even found their way into mixed martial arts, particularly in defensive striking and counterpunching. Despite skepticism from traditional fight communities, the influence of 52 blocks is undeniable. Many modern fighters unknowingly use its techniques, proving its effectiveness beyond the prison walls. A legacy of survival. 52 blocks is more than a fighting style. It's a cultural relic, a testament to the resilience of African combat traditions in the face of oppression. From the slave ships to the prison yards, this art form has survived, evolving into a system that embodies both struggle and mastery. Whether on the streets or in the ring, its principles remain relevant, proving that true combat is not about rules, it's about survival. If you found this deep dive into the history of 52 blocks fascinating, make sure to subscribe for more untold stories of martial arts and underground fighting styles. Thanks for watching.